Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2020. Yes, we are still in the Mercedes. We are still top of the heap and we are still racing against Sir Lulu of Lewisham. And it's time to... Oh God. It's that one, lads. This is awkward, isn't it? This is very awkward indeed. Oh God. Anyway, practice has been completed and we got some more lovely resource points, but not enough to beat Lewis Hamilton. Ooh, unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. Okay, so out we go for qualifying at Sochi. As you can see, it is raining, but we're still on dry tyres. We cross the line for the first qualifying run, and it puts us in second place. Yes, it's that horrible rain that comes down, but it doesn't actually make the circuit wet. I'm not quite sure how that happens in real life, but anyway, we continue on a little bit later to qualifying. You can see we are down to third place, but we're up on our delta, so we should improve on this time. Yes, we do. Up now into second position. Maxi Boy at the moment has got pole, so where is Lulu? Where is Lewis Hamilton? Indeed, as we accelerate forward out to a little bit later to qualify, we dropped down to fifth place at the moment, but we're still slightly up on the delta, so we may be able to get back up into, oh yes, second place. Leclerc's got pole, Albon's got third, but where is Lulu? Where is Lewis Hamilton of Lewisham? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we accelerate forward out to the end of qualifying. You can see we've dropped down to fifth again, and unfortunately we're now down on our delta, so we're not going to improve on fifth place. But where is Lewis going to finish as we now cross the line? Are we going to stay in fifth or are we going to drop down? Let's have a look and see. No, we stayed in fifth position. Fantastic. Well done, Hookster. Well done indeed. It's still raining. It's still raining. And, oh no! Lewis Hamilton got second place. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Fifth for us. Oh, for God's sake. Okay then. Let's just do this.
Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula One race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. Built on the shores of the Black Sea, the Sochi Autodrome is a 3.6-mile tour around some of the venues built for the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. Close barriers may make overtakes more challenging, but with 56% of the lap taken absolutely flat out, we certainly won't be wanting for pure speed. A fitting arena then to do battle at the pinnacle of motorsport. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Verstappen, the captain, and Bottas, Kvyat, Sainz, Perez, and Pierre Gasly, Russell, Norris, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Stroll, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Esteban Ocon. De Vries and Kimi Räikkönen finishes off the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons clear mode. And we say go, go, go. It's away we go. It's away we go. Hamilton gets a great start. We get a great start as well. Verstappen is just off to our right hand side. We're going to go around this very, very sweeping right hand. And look at this. There's Lulu. There's Lewis Hamilton. We go for a move on Lulu. Do we get past? Do we get past? Yes, we do. And we got Albon and Leclerc. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? And look at this. Lewis Hamilton's actually got the place back because he sneaked down the inside of us as we were completely unsighted there. We were sort of confused as to what we were going to do is try and get past the cars, but we managed to stay in our position, which is great news. So still in fourth place at the moment, Hookster. Hamilton is ahead, but the Hookster's not going to put up with this for much longer because Hamilton was very, very sneaky there, getting past. And look at this, Verstappen behind. He's trying his best to try and get past us. Look at this. Oh, it's a tight squeeze. And he did squeeze Verstappen there, but he managed to hold on to it. Great news indeed. Anyway, the sun has now come out at Sochi, so there's going to be no rain, hopefully, for the rest of this Grand Prix. Still holding to fourth place, but look at the gap already. Hamilton's got out to us. 1.5 1.4 seconds. 1.4 seconds Hamilton has over us at the moment. We are dropping back. We have got no pace in this race, unfortunately. No pace whatsoever compared to our teammate Lewis Hamilton. So he could definitely best us in this Grand Prix. But can we fight back? Can we fight back and actually get past Lewis Hamilton before the end? Well, thankfully, he's got two cars in front of him which are going to slow him down. We've got Albon and Charles Leclerc, which means this is going to be an opportunity for us to see if we can catch up to the back of Lewis Hamilton, wait for one of the other cars to sort of make a mistake, and then we will be in there like a rabbit up a drain pipe. A rabbit up a drain pipe. Yes, and we will try and sneak that position away from Lewis Hamilton. We're about to complete lap 1 now of this Grand Prix. Still holding on to 4th position. Lewis Hamilton in 3rd place. Albon in 2nd. We've got Verstappen right behind us in, of course, the Ferrari car. As we accelerate forward now to lap 3. So Hamilton's now got the gap up to 2.9 seconds. 2.9. I don't think we've got any chance of catching him with that amount of gap. And we've got Verstappen, he's sort of half a second behind us, and Albon is in 2nd place, sort of a second up the road from Lewis Hamilton. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 3, just coming around the corner. You can see though that we have just put in the fastest lap because we are pushing like crazy to try and catch up to the back of Hamilton. We've got the gap down now to 2.2 seconds. Yes, and you can see that he's still got those two cars in front of him, when in fact it's the leaders. And it's going to really slow him down, I do believe, which is going to give us the opportunity to try and catch up as we accelerate forward to lap 4. And we have indeed managed to catch up very fast indeed. Look at this, less than a second now behind Lewis Hamilton. But catching is one thing, passing is another, as Mr. Murray Walker would used to say. Thank you, Murray. And as we just come around the final corner now, we're going to start lap 5 of this Grand Prix. We've put in some very fast sector times, as you can see, and we are still chasing Lewis Hamilton to see if we can get past. This is going to get very dicey as we accelerate forward out to lap 6, and we are now very close to the back of Hamilton. We've got the DRS and the ERS going at full pelt now. Are we going to manage to get past Hamilton? Are we going to do a dive bomb here? Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Hookster! No. It's okay. He thought better of it. But he's now very close indeed to the back of Hamilton's car. Look at this. Right up the Kirchnadels, right up the gearbox of Lewis Hamilton. Albon's just ahead, and so is Charles Leclerc. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before Hookster goes for a move as we accelerate forward on lap 7. Look at this. He's going to go for a move this time to the inside of Hamilton. Yes, he does. Oh, no contact though. No contact. Clean move, and he got past. Yes, he got past. Up into 3rd position now for Hookster. Fantastic. I cannot believe it. And there's the two leaders ahead. It's Albon, of course, and Charles Leclerc on lap 7 of this Grand Prix. Hamilton is now sort of dropping back a little bit. I think he's just completely amazed at that move in Hookster there, and it's demoralised him. It's absolutely demoralised him as we now accelerate forward to lap 8. Whoa! Bloody hell, I think there was contact up the back. I think Lewis Hamilton's hit us. Now, of course, he's just gone past us there as well under the DRS. Now, of course, has he got any damage to the front wing of his car? Is he going to have to come in again for another pit stop? He hasn't come in for the first stop yet, but we'll find out in a minute. We're just having a look and see whether his wing's still... Oh, contact with Lulu. Okay, so I was just looking at Lewis Hamilton's front wing there, and I think it's okay. I think there's no damage to it. Just about to find out now. If he comes in for a pit stop right now, then we know he's got damage to his wing. If he doesn't, then it's all good. Just looking as we're going past now, and he hasn't come in. That's great news. That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted a clean and fair fight, and Lewis Hamilton continues on with no damage to his wing whatsoever. And now it's time for us to come in for our pit stop. A very late strategy, as you can see. Lap 9, which means Hamilton's going to be in on lap 10 as we accelerate forward out to the end of lap 9. So here we come now for our pit stop. Hamilton's going to go past us. Oh, almost binned it there going to the pits. That was very tight indeed. But now we come in the final corner of this pit entrance in for our stop. Thank you, lads. Here we go. Changing on to the yellow sidewall tyre. We're going to get held to the pits, or we're going to get out cleanly. Yes, no hold at all. A 2.9 second pit stop. Great news for us. We're going to rejoin. I'm not quite sure because lots of cars are going past us, as you can see on the mini-map there. But at the moment, I think it's 7th position. We've got a load of cars behind us. We've got Red Bulls, McLarens, all of them behind us. And we rejoin now onto a clear track, I do believe. Yes, we do. So we come out now in front of the Ferraris. You can see just rejoining, and we're in 8th position at the moment. But where is Lewis Hamilton? Well, of course, he's going to make his pit stop right about now as we accelerate forward now to lap 10. And yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy, Lewis Hamilton is down to the pitch. You can see him on the mini-map, but are we going to get past him, or is he going to get bested of us coming out of the pits before us, because that's usually what happens. Let's have a look and see if we can get past Lulu. There's Lulu. He's coming out of the pits. He's coming out of the pits. We're almost neck and neck. It's like a horse race. It's like a horse race. And where are we? Is that him ahead of us? Is that him ahead of us? I'm not quite sure. I think it's Lulu, and he's fighting with the car ahead. What's that? It's Charles Leclerc. And look at this. They're fighting like crazy with each other. And I think the Hookster's going to use the opportunity to try and get past Hamilton. Yes. Let's see if he does. We're going to go into this very, very tight right hand. Is he going to dive it in? Is he going to dive it in? No, I think he's too far back. I'm sure he's too far back. And yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy on lap 11. Lewis Hamilton has got the jump on us. Coming out of the pits. And we are down to third place as we accelerate for lap 13. It's the last lap of the race. Hamilton is fighting like crazy with Leclerc. And look at this, everyone. Look at this. This is going to be an opportunity that we are going to need to try and see if we can get past Hamilton. We're going around the outside of Lewis Hamilton. He's on a hard tyre. Very, very strange choice of tyre there for only a few more laps left in the Grand Prix. We're on the medium, so we've got a slight little advantage on Hamilton. And we're going to dive down the inside of Hamilton. Yes, we do. Fantastic, fan-bloody-tastic. We have made the move on the very last lap of this Grand Prix. Up now into second position. Once again, we have bested Sir Lewis Hamilton, and we're up to second place. And he's going to finish in third if he doesn't get past us before the end. But look at this. This is looking very tight indeed, trying to get past us. Charles Leclerc, in a great performance, he's currently in the lead of this race in the Red Bull. Those Red Bulls are really getting some pace in these final races of this season 4, the F1 2020 All Seasons career. Look at this. Look at this. Lewis Hamilton's now going for a move, and he does it under the DRS. He's got past us. Are we going to do a late dive in? No, we can't do it. We can't do it. We knew if we went in there, we would have had contact and made a collision, and then it would have been very controversial indeed. So we've had to hold station. That means Lewis Hamilton, I think he's going to get us, because I don't think we can get him into these final corners. We've got just 2 more corners to go. Can we get past Lewis Hamilton before the line? Let's have a look and see if we can. No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because the line is right there, just round the corner, and that's it. Lewis Hamilton has beaten us. Bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Well, there you go. There's a typical example of the DRS working not to our advantage. And driver of the day goes to Daniel Kvyat in the Ferrari. Well done, Daniel. And there is Christian. Bloody hell, look at that hair. Bloody hell, look at that hair. That's very, very fine, Mr. Christian. And there is Charles Leclerc, who won the race, don't forget, in the Red Bull car. And there's ex-Matty G and Arava. Oh, we are not worthy. We are not worthy. And there's Daniel Kvyat, who finished 5th in the Ferrari. Well done to Daniel. So up onto the podium celebrations. There he is, everyone. Yes, the Hookster. Only 3rd, unfortunately. But there's Charlie boy. Got the top spot. Well done, Charlie. It's time now for the champagne to go over everyone. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Fantastic. Well done. They're not even showing the Hookster for some unknown reason. I don't know why. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely out. Come on. No. Okay. So there you go then. We lost 2 points there to Lewis Hamilton in that race. Only 2 points. That's not too bad because we have got quite a big lead at the moment. But can we hold on to it? So look at the standings now. As you can see. 39 points now ahead of Lewis Hamilton as we go into these final few rounds of the championship. Are we going to hold on to this lead, or is it going to be disaster? And we're still first in the Constructors. And so we move on now to the Japanese Squeezy Grand Prix. Before we do that, we go to an invitational event at the Baku City Circuit. And here we are, everyone. Here we are. Yes. One of my favourite cars of all time. It's the 2009 Brawn, of course. Absolutely unbeatable car. Just like the McLaren of 1998. It came out of the blocks with a winning opportunity. And it did it. It did it. Now, unfortunately, of course, the rest of the cars did start to catch up after they got wind of the double diffuser situation that the Brawn was using. And in fact, Jenson Button had a real fight on his hands, most of that between himself and Kamui Kobayashi, to actually win the title. But thankfully, he had enough in the bag from the early rounds of the championship, and that managed to secure him the actual championship itself. But yes, it was very, very close towards the end there for poor Jenson Button. But what a car this was. What a car this was. Absolutely unbeatable. It really was. And I don't think we'll ever see something like this ever again in Formula 1. And we've just failed our checkpoint challenge. Well done, Hookster. Anyway, we move on now to the next Grand Prix. Of course, it is Japan at the Suzuka International Racecourse.
All right, listen up, everyone. They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now, there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful. So let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. All right, everyone, let's get on top of this.
If I see that cutscene once more, I am going to kill myself. So yes, there we go. There we go. Once again, yes, regulation changes. It happens every 2 seasons in this game. Fuck's sake, Codemasters. Can't you think of anything different to do? So yes, we've got to change all these parts up before the end of the season. We've got 64 days to do it in. And thankfully they're all half price, so that's pretty decent. But yes, so we can't do any more development to the car. That's it. Our development is now over. Thankfully, as you can see on screen, we are way ahead of the next car, so we're doing okay. So anyway, we move on now. Practice has been completed at Japan, and we got less points than Lewis Hamilton again. Outrageous. Absolutely bloody outrageous. Woo. So here we are at Japan, which is a circuit the Hookster isn't really that good at. Okay, let's see what time he puts these across the line, and it's going to be 4th place. 1.4 seconds though behind the leader as we accelerate forward now to a little bit later into the qualifying session. You can see now that we are in 16th place, but we are up on the delta times as we cross the line. It's going to make us 13th position. But it does look like, it does in fact look like it's raining, and it is raining. It's raining out on circuit, so that's it. That is it for us. We are not going to be able to improve our time. The times are now going to drop off because of the wet conditions. So it looks like we're only going to get 13th at best. We may even drop down before the end of the session. So we decided to just sit in the garage. So here we are. We're still in 13th at the moment. Lewis Hamilton's in 9th place. Antonio Giovinazzi's in 16th, as you can see a few places below us. The time is about to run out. We're not going to go out because there's no point. Absolutely no point. Even though they're still on dry tyres for some unknown reason. But anyway, the time has run out now. And we ended up still, thankfully, in 13th position. But Lewis Hamilton only got 9th place. And Pierre Gasly got pole in the AlphaTauri. And Valtteri Bottas got 2nd place. What strange sorcery is this? What strange sorcery is this? Anyway, let's just get on with it, shall we?
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Ise Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today in the Japanese Grand Prix? A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about the captain. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Norris, Daniel Kvyat and Albon, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton and Nobuharu Matsushita, Ricciardo, the captain, Esteban Ocon and Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Stroll, Max Verstappen and Nick de Vries. Raikkonen and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the all seasons career motor. We say go, 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 and it's away he goes from 12th position on the line. In fact, and look at this great start once again for Hookster. We got Mitchell, bushy lump of shit in front of us. We go to two. Now, of course, there's no opportunity for Hookster here to dive. He does sort of go onto the grass there, trying to get past a few cars. Yes, up into 7th place. He's up into 7th. He's fighting like crazy with the Red Bull of Charles Leclerc. But he's up into 8th position. Hamilton, look at Hamilton. He's in 10th place. Lewis Hamilton's in 10th. Yes, we've done it. We have bloody well done it. We are in front of Hamilton. This is what we need for this championship. We've got to be ahead of Hamilton every single time in these races, otherwise we could be stuffed, because Hamilton, I think, is actually a little bit faster than us. Yes, I think he is a little bit faster than us. Anyway, we are still chasing as we go underneath the bridge of the figure of 8 circuit of Japan, of course, the only figure of 8 in Formula 1. And he's going to go for a move any time of Leclerc. Yes, he does. A little bit of contact with Leclerc there, a little bit of wheel banging, and he's still, well, he pushes Leclerc out the way, basically. Look at that. Fantastic move from Hookster there. Pushes Charles Leclerc out of the way, steals a place for him. This is a lovely camera view there from the rear wing of the Hookster's car. And we're just coming round now to go down the hill, and we're still holding on to 7th position at the moment. Charles Leclerc in 8th place. The other teammate of Leclerc, Albon, is currently ahead in 6th position, and ahead of him we've got Lando Norris. But where is Lulu? Where is Lewis Hamilton? Just looking back, I can't see him at the moment. Where is he? Where is he? Let's have a look at the mini-map. Oh, he is there. He is there. He must be around 10th position, I do believe. Anyway, we're just about to complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. We're still holding on to 7th position at the moment as we go into lap 2. Still chasing Albon, but he's 1.5 seconds ahead of us as we accelerate forward to lap 2. Look at this, look at this. We've got some real excitement here. Charles Leclerc gets past us, coming round the sort of left-hander there, and we're now down to 8th position. But are we going to get the place back? Let's see if we can. We're going to dive down the inside of Leclerc. Yes, going into 130R. We get the move done, and we're back into 7th place again. Wowzers, me trousers, as someone says every single video. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 3, still in 7th place for the Hookster at the moment. Just looking back at Lulu, yeah, he looks like he's in 10th position, just behind Sergio Perez. So this is exactly what we need, but unfortunately we can't catch Albon. He's 3.7 seconds ahead of us now as we accelerate forward to lap 5, so still in 7th place for the Hookster, and now the gap to Albon is 5.7 seconds. So I think the best we're going to do in this race is going to be 7th place, but thankfully for us, Lulu is doing even worse than us because he is down, I think, in 10th place as we accelerate forward down to lap 7. So it's time for us to make our pit stop. Hamilton's right behind us, but he goes through, of course, because we have already said at the start of the season we are not going to hold him up in the pits. So there you go. Oh, but we're going to get held a tiny little hold there from the team as the car was coming in, but not too bad. 2.7 second stop, which is pretty decent. And we're going to rejoin now, I do believe, in 14th place at the moment. There's more cars, I think, going past as we're about to rejoin from the pits. So look and see, we've got a clear track. We haven't got a clear track. There's a Renault going very fast, and he goes past us, in fact. The Renault has gone past us, so I think we've dropped down to 15th place now. Yes, we had that with Sergio Perez. So 15th for Hookster now as we accelerate forward to lap 8. And Lewis Hamilton still hasn't come in for his pit stop yet. Unbelievable, and he seems to be gaining quite a bit of ground on us there. If you can look at the mini-map, it's unbelievable. Other cars have come in. We've made it up to 11th place at the moment, but look at how much pace Lulu has got on this circuit. I don't think we're going to catch him. Anyway, we accelerate forward to lap 9. We get a warning for exceeding track limits. I think finally Lewis has come in for his pit stop. Yes, he has. You can see him on the mini-map. He's coming now. Are we going to get a jump on him as he comes out of the pits? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure because he's coming out of the pits already. Look at this. Are we going to get him? Oh, no, we're not. I don't believe it. Look at that. Look at how much pace he had in that car in those last few laps before he come in for his pit stop, and he's beaten us. He's beaten us to the punch, and we are now down to 10th. He's up into 9th position. Bugger, bugger, bugger. As we accelerate forward out to lap 11, just a few laps left of this Grand Prix, and unfortunately Hamilton has now started to pull away. Despite the fact he's on hard tyres, he's now 2.7 seconds ahead of us. We've got Mitsubishi Lamborghini behind us in the Renault in 10th position at the moment. So we think we've got no chance of catching Hamilton. So once again, we're going to lose some points to Lewis Hamilton. We accelerate forward out to lap 13. And Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri has won the race. It's just started to rain, but that's not going to affect us because it's the end of the race anyway. But yes, Hamilton, he's got us. We have got up into 9th place because I think another car coming for a pit stop. So we've made it up to 9th, but Hamilton is going to get in 8th position and beat us. Bugger, bugger, bugger as we cross the line.
That's the end of the race.
Well, there you go. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. 9th place. We've still got a few tail end points there, which, considering it's Japan, isn't too bad. As drive of the day goes to Max Verstappen. Yes, well done, Maxi boy. Well done indeed. So there is the boss. I can't remember his name. And there's Arava. I know his name. Arava, famous F1. I can't remember the old boss of AlphaTauri, or maybe he's still the boss. I don't know. Who follows AlphaTauri these days? No one. There's Pierre Gasly though. Look at that. Race winner in an AlphaTauri. That's absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh God, there's Limitless. Oh God. Move on. Move on. Move on.
As we
Move
await the
on.
winners
Thank
to
you.
take their positions on the podium,
Onto the top
once
step goes Pierre
AlphaTauri
Gasly,
really
and
showed
Valtteri
their
Bottas
prowess
in
on
the
track.
sister
This is a team
AlphaTauri
that
gets
isn't
second
afraid to
place
take
as well.
risks,
As he
whether that's on
holds up the
circuits
trophy high,
or
yes, the
on
champagne goes
Today,
over
those
everyone.
risks certainly paid off.
Once again. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. So let's go to those all-important World Championship points and see where we are compared with Lewis Hamilton. So Pierre Gasly won that race. Also got fastest lap as well, 26 points in the end. And now in the standings, oh, it's 37 points now is the gap between us and Lewis Hamilton as we go into the final stages of this championship. Yes, 37 points. Trust me, it's not over yet. And we're still first in the constructors. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. That's the end of another exciting episode of your season. Thanks so much for watching. You have been awesome as always. And yes, of course, there will, of course, be more later.